Hitters Meeting episode number 23 already. Oh my goodness. All right, as per usual, I am joined with Coach Ken Anderson. Ken, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's always exciting to have the Matt Diaz of Hip Coals, one of my favorite Braves. So I'm ready to get after it. We have the Cardinals coming to town, and so big crowds will be fun.
As he said, we are game planning against the Cardinals. We got three starters that were actually announced this time. TBD did not get overworked this series. Thank the heavens. Game one's going to be Libertor. Game two is going to be Michael McGreevy. If y'all know, Little Big League, y'all know who that is. And game three will be an old rival that we used to see against the Dodgers, Dustin May. But we're going to be starting with our picks to click from last series. Ken, go ahead and give us the numbers because it was not good last series.
We dodged a bullet. I know we think we know ball, but we must really know ball because there weren't but three guys who had good numbers, and we picked two of them. So I went with Mauricio Dubon. He ended up 4 for 12 RBI and scored 2 runs. Ozzy Albies went 3 for 11 with a walk, 2 RBIs, and scored a run. So the Braves scored 5 runs in the series. They accounted for three of them. They knocked five guys in. They accounted for three of them. And I don't even want to get into the hits, but they actually accounted for 40% of the hits. So, wasn't great, but we did pick at least the two guys that did have good series.
That is correct. And listen, we're not going to get into the struggles here on the Hip Call on the hitters meeting. This is a hitters meeting. This is where we break down the pitchers that we're facing in the upcoming series. We did a state of the offense for June. That is out. We did a lot of ranting. We got a lot out off of our chests. You should go check it out. It's a little fiery. Coach Ken got fired up in one little segment. A couple of the players really fired him up, so you're going to want to check that out. So moving on into the St. Louis Cardinals series, Ken, we are facing a crafty lefty and Matthew Libertor. What you got on Mr. Libertor?
Mr. Libertor tends to just be an open book. The count will be the pitch. And so I'm very excited of facing him, except we've not been hitting. If we were hitting, I'd be more exciting because you should be able to know what's coming. And the key is to lay off his off speed out of the zone. And an interesting stat that I gave Ryan today that I was pointed out by one of the Cardinals people, he does not pitch as well out of the stretch as he does the windup. So let's get guys on base. His strikeout percentage cuts in half. That's very bad, guys. So you know what that is. That's terrible to cut in half because that's where you want strikeouts is where guys on base. So I'm excited to see how you broke him down, but I think we can hit him.
I agree. There's no doubt I think we can hit him, but the way that we've been hitting, we couldn't hit Boat if we fell out of the middle of the ocean in the Atlantic right now, Ken. So let's go ahead and go over his repertoire. He's got a four-seam fastball. He's got a slider. He's got a sinker. He's got a cutter. He's got a curveball, and he's got a changeup. So he's got a lot of pitches. He throws the kitchen sink at guys. Lefties, you're primarily going to see the sinker, fastball, and slider. Righties, you're going to see the four-seam, slider, curveball, and changeup. Right-handers, here's your tendencies. He tends to lean towards the changeup and 0-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, and 2-1 counts. Slider and curveball went ahead and 0-2, 1-2, so those are going to be his put-away pitches. And he has slider dominant in 2-2 counts. I mean, it's very noticeable in 2-2 counts. You can almost bank on sitting on a slider if you wanted to. Lefties, he is slider heavy unless he is down in the counts. So 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, you won't see a slider. But in every other count, it's like 70-something% slider. It's ridiculous. And when he's behind, you're going to see one of the fastballs. He's kind of easy to predict in that pattern. Again, something that should play well for the Braves for guys who like to guess pitches. Austin Riley, God, you pissed me off. Right-handed hitters, he is going to try to live at the top of the strike zone with his four-seam fastball, and he's going to try to tunnel the slider and curveball into you off of that tunnel and the changeup away off of that tunnel. Lefties, he is going to live away with the four-seam and slider, and then every once in a while he's going to bust you inside with the sinker. So our approach for right-handed hitters, we are going to hunt the fastball, changeup window, and the hanging breaking balls. You want the ball to start belt to high thigh from the inside corner to the outer third. This is for the fastball and changeup, by the way. Anything that starts in that window and breaks into you, take it, because it's probably going to be a ball. The only breaking balls we want to swing at are going to be the ones that pop out of the hand, that start off the plate away to the outer third, and it's going to start above the strike zone to the very top of the zone. Anything that starts lower than that and starts breaking into you, please, for the love of God, take the pitch. But if you keep it in that hanging window, those are going to be the ones that you can do some serious damage on. Keep your direction to right center field. Do not try to pull off of him, and do not expand your zone lower, because if you do, he's going to eat you up with the breaking balls and the changeup. Left-handed hitters, your approach: hunt the four-seam fastball and the slider windows. You want the four-seam fastball to start outer third to inner third, belt high to high thigh. Anything that starts in that window and breaks away, take it. The only sliders we want to swing at are going to be the ones that start at us and above the zone, that will break into the middle part of the plate, and that's going to be the one that you can do damage on. Keep your direction to the gaps. Don't get pull happy. Make sure you don't chase low in the zone, and make sure you don't chase off of the plate, because that's when you're going to get in trouble. Again, one of the big things that we want to work on is keeping our sights in the strike zone. Be aggressive in the strike zone. Be patient when a pitch is not in your window. Ken, you got anything else on Mr. Liberatore?
His last start, Arizona destroyed him. It hit him, and the way they did it was talking to one of the guys out west, is they know what pitch is coming and they were ready. I equate Austin Riley to Nolan Arenado right now, and Nolan Arenado took him deep because he sat on a 2-2 slider and hit out of the ballpark. Like, Austin, this is the guy to get right with. And if the Braves don't score 4 or 5 runs against this guy, we can have serious concerns about this offense for sure. I'm just going to put it out there.
I think this entire series, look, there's not one. The last pitcher is the one that kind of worries me the most. I know this Game 2 starter's been really good, but even as me and Ken discussed off, we're like, how's he been this good? So, again, this should be a series where some guys can get right. If we don't, we got a lot more questions that need to be answered at the deadline, or do we even buy at the deadline at that point? That's going to be even scarier situation if we get to that point, but hopefully we don't. Game 2, Ken. Michael McGreevy is starting for them. What do you have on Mr. McGreevy?
We're showing the video right here. He reminds me when I went to high school and I brought an outfielder in just to throw an inning for me. He's just up there just slinging it up there. I do think the first time through the order, the way he's throwing the ball might be a little tough, and his numbers suggest that. Like, his everything goes up. It's kind of a little bit of, I'd throw this guy under the bus, a little bit of Grant Holmes there. Second time through you can hit him. He's not going to overpower you. I mean, we should be able to hit this guy. To Ryan's point, this is a really good matchup for us. And I will say this, for whatever reason, the Cardinals have not scored runs in his starts. I mean, he's got a good ERA, he's 3-6. So, and he's also, real quick, Ryan, I think he's also the one I told you about. His numbers drop bad when he gets runners on base. His strikeout almost goes to nil. So put the ball in play and let's score some runs.
It's going to be a common theme that you guys are going to hear out of old coach, put the ball in play. Just because right now it doesn't feel like we're doing a whole lot of that as the Atlanta Braves. So let's go to his repertoire. He's got a deep repertoire, a lot like Liberatore. He's got a four-seam, he's got a sinker, he's got a cutter, he's got a sweeper, he's got a slider, he's got a curveball, and he's got a changeup. So he literally has everything. So this is where we start eliminating pitches for one side of the plate. Right-handers, you're going to primarily see sinkers and sweepers. Every once in a while, you'll see the changeup and four-seam. Lefties, you're going to primarily see four-seams and changeups. Every once in a while, you're going to see the curveball and cutter. So let's go on. He likes to paint the four-seam fastball up and away to both lefties and righties, and that's going to be an important thing later on. You're going to see why. So for right-handed hitters, the four-seam fastball comes into play when he's behind in the count, but also as a chase pitch. So when you're down 0-2, 1-2, he's going to try to throw one or two pitches at like a 60-70% clip. It's going to be the four-seam fastball up and away where he's going to try to get you to look. or he's going to try to get you to chase it above the zone, or it's going to be the changeup where it's going to drop down to the bottom of the zone because you're looking fastball. So keep that in mind. So in those particular counts, you might want to sit more fastball changeup window to see where it's coming from. And if he paints you on something else, you just tip your cap and you go back to the dugout. All right, left-handed hitters, changeup seems to be what he leans towards after the first pitch of the at-bat. So once it's 0-1, 1-0, you're going to see a changeup at some point. So just keep that in mind. And it's his put-away pitch as well, so he likes to throw it when he's in a 2-strike count to either get the weak contact or to get the swing and a miss on the changeup out of the strike zone. So keep that in mind. Right-handed hitters, our approach. We are hunting the sinker and sweeper windows. The sinker, we want to start off of the plate away to the middle part of the plate, belt to high thigh. The sweeper, we want it to start at us in off of the plate to the middle part of the plate, starting above the zone to the top of the strike zone. This will be the little cement mixer that we talked about on the last recap, how, Bryce it got to the bottom of the zone, but it just kind of just spun. That's what you're looking for on the breaking balls that you want to swing at. You just want to look at the cement mixers where you can easily adjust to it and put a really good swing on it. Stay up the middle to right center field. Keep your direction going that way. Do not get too pull happy against this guy, and you're going to have a really good game. Don't expand any lower than what you are because he's going to try to eat you up with his off-speed pitches if you do expand low. So get him up in the strike zone. That's where you want him. Lefties, we're going to hunt the four-seam and changeup window. We want the ball to start inner third to outer third, belt to high thigh. Do not expand any lower than that because he's going to exploit you with the changeup. Keep him up in the zone, keep your direction going to left center field, and do not try to pull off of him. The only breaking ball that we want to swing at, y'all have heard it many a times, it's going to be the one that pops out of the hand, that starts off of the plate away, that'll come back towards the middle part of the plate, and then that's the one you can send into the seats. Again, keep your direction going to the big part of the field. Keep the ball up in the zone. Don't chase anything that starts lower than what we talked about. There's no reason to. Make him, I promise you, he's not going to try to paint the bottom of the strike zone. He's going to try to paint the top part of the zone. That's where you need to be hunting anyway. Anything that starts below a certain point, just let it go. If he paints the bottom of the zone, then we adjust our approach. But until he earns our respect with a bunch of dots down there like Kyle Harrison did on us throughout the entire game, then we might have to make an adjustment on our approach. So that's what I got on Mr. McGreevy. Ken, do you have anything else?
For all of our fans of Little Big League, I hope he forgets some of those scouting reports. If y'all remember, if you know, you know.
Love that movie. That's such a good movie, man. Game 3, Ken, I think we got the hardest one of the bunch, Mr. Dustin May. He's a longtime flamethrower phenom for the Dodgers, who then was traded away. He has made his way to St. Louis. So, Ken, give me a little bit of what's going on with Mr. Dustin May lately.
Dustin went to Boston and really couldn't quite get right. They kind of gave up on him. They got a good player in return, but Dustin is a really good pitcher, and he is the best of the bunch we're going to get. The good thing for Braves hitters, I wish we were hot. It's hard to say this when we're not hot. He believes in his fastball, and so he's going to throw the fastball. I hope that we have some confidence out of the first 2 nights and are able to hit him. He likes going to his fastball. He likes to show it off. And so hopefully we get right the first 2 nights and hit him on Thursday.
I hope so too, but it's like you said, it's kind of hard to say that when we've been struggling as bad as we have been. So let's get into his repertoire. He's got 3 fastballs, sinker, cutter, and a four-seam. He's got a sweeper, a changeup, and a curveball. Right-handed hitters, here's the tendencies. He leans on the four-seam in the 0-2 and 1-2 counts. That's when he's least likely to throw it. Doesn't mean that's going to be his pitch that he throws, but that's when he has a tendency to break out the four-seam. It'll either be the four-seam or the sweeper because he's trying to get you to look on the four-seam at the top of the zone or chase it above, or he's going to try to get you to chase the sweeper way out of the zone. When behind in the count, he leans on the sinker and the cutter. Left-handed hitters, tendencies. When he is behind in the count, he tends to heavily lean on the four-seam and cutter. His go-to counts where the changeup may show up is going to be the 0-1-1-2 counts. That's where his changeup tends to show up the most. Doesn't mean it won't show up on other counts, but he has a higher probability, like by a lot, in those two counts. The only time I put tendencies on there is when it is ridiculously obvious, because otherwise I don't want to do any extra thinking as a hitter. I just want to go up to the plate and swing. Right-handed hitters, our approach, we're going to hunt the sinker and sweeper, the sinker window and the sweeper cutter windows. For the sinker, we are looking for the ball to start off of the plate away. You heard that correctly. Off the plate away to the outer third and belt to high thigh. Anything that starts in that window and breaks away, take it, because it's going to be a ball. And if it breaks inside to you, if it starts middle and breaks into you because it's the sinker, take it. It's going to be a ball. This will also allow you to hunt the four-seam fastball up out over the plate, which is where he likes to throw it as well, just a little FYI. So you keep the two fastballs in that window at the same time. The sweeper and cutter, you're going to want to start off of the plate inside to the inner third, above the zone to the high thigh. That's going to keep the ball going right back down into the middle part of the plate where you can do damage. Anything that starts there and breaks into you, take it. It's going to be the sinker. If it starts middle of the plate or any farther away and breaks away, take it. It's going to be a ball. Keep your direction going to the middle part of the field. Do not try to pull him, and you're going to do just fine. Don't chase any lower. You got to keep him up in the strike zone. I know it's hard to hit 97 up, but if you start chasing low, he's going to eat you alive with the slider, the sweeper, the cutters, and the changeup. He's just going to eat you up down there. Left-handed hitters, your approach, you're going to hunt the four-seam and changeup window and the sweeper cutter window. For the four-seam changeup, you want the ball to start belt to high thigh and middle to outer third of the plate. The sweeper and cutter, you want the ball to start off of the plate away to the outer third, above the zone to the high thigh. You are going to give up the inside corner against this guy. We're going to hunt the ball away and up in the zone. Do not expand in or down. Keep your direction to left center field, and you're going to have a lot of success. He does not go inside often. The only time he does is going to be the cutter, and we want to take that pitch anyway because it's hard to hit an inside cutter at 96 miles an hour. So get the ball out away from you. Don't miss it when it's there in your honey hole, and drive it into the left center field gap. Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Dustin May. Do you have anything else?
That's spot on. As we said, Austin's get-right game is against Matthew Liberatore. Austin did hit 2 home runs off of him a couple years ago, but that's not who I'm thinking here. Dom Smith, this is your get-right game. You like the ball up here. You like to drive the ball to left field. Let's get Dom right in this game here.
100% agree. All right, we're moving to the bullpen. Joe Romero. Yes, the former Philly is in the Cardinals bullpen still. Ken, what do you have on Mr. Joe?
He is your crafty lefty. He is really good. JJ is going to keep you off balance. He's not going to blow you away. He's going to try to get you to roll over stuff, hit ground balls. I think that's Noah Chanel right there. You got to hit the ball the other way. And if you try to pull him, I think that's Anthony or Meyer, you can't pull him. You just cannot pull him. He's going to work away a lot. And if he does bust the fastball in, it's usually the sinker or something like that. So get the ball up. He's your typical left-handed reliever.
That he is. He's been a good one for a long time now, man. It's kind of hard to believe he's been in the league as long as he has been. My gosh. All right. He's got a sinker, he's got a sweeper, and he's got a changeup. Righties, you're going to see all three pitches, but mostly sinker and changeups. He likes to front door the sweeper in 2-2, 3-2 counts. That's when you should be looking for the sweeper if you want to at all. But our approach is going to cover all three pitches, so don't you worry about that. All right, lefties. The sinker and sweeper, the first two pitches of the at-bat, 50% are sinker sweeper. He's going to throw one of the two, and then immediately after the whatever 0-0 pitch he throws is probably going to be the other one in the 0-1 or 1-0 count. That's how he likes to pitch. It's going to be heavy sinker sweeper, and when he is up in the count, it is heavy sweeper. When he's behind the count, it's heavy sinker. Right-handed hitters, Your approach, we're hunting the sinker and changeup window. We want the ball to start inside off of the plate to the middle part of the plate, belt to high thigh. Anything that starts farther away and breaks away, take it. The sweeper, we want to hunt that will start off of the plate away to the outside corner, above the strike zone to the high thigh. Keep your direction to the big part of field. Do not expand low or off of the edges. Stay on every single pitch and see it into the glove, because you have a wide range of the two windows where you can see pitches from the sinker starting at you going over to the middle of the plate, and the sweeper starting off of the plate coming into the plate. So just because the ball starts way off the plate, either direction, don't give up on it. Make sure you see it all the way into the mid, because you might be able to do some damage on that pitch. Left-handed hitters, our approach is hunt the sinker and sweeper windows. You want the sinker to start off the plate away to the middle part of the plate, belt to high thigh. The sweeper, you want it to start at you to the inside corner and above the zone to the high thigh. Again, keep your direction to left center field, and keep your eye on every single pitch. Track it all the way into the glove. There's no need to give up on any pitch against this guy, period. All right. Now, last note, get the ball up in the strike zone. You don't want to chase anything down in the zone. Make sure you keep it up. You don't want to expand down, because when you do, that's when you become really susceptible to his sweeper, and for the righties, to the changeup. Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Romero. Do you have anything else?
We're just going to emphasize that again. Got to get the ball up. Perfect.
It's going to be a lot of these guys this series. But there is one flame-throwing right-hander that they do have at the back end of the bullpen, and he's kind of funky, Ken. Riley O'Brien. What you got on him?
Throws hard, and he has a different release point. Makes him difficult. Basically, as you can see here from the video, if you're watching it on YouTube, he's got his back to you. So that's his deception. I'm wondering now, coming to his own at the age of 31, if that's something he changed in the last couple of years. I don't know if Riley's through this way the whole time. I'm not familiar that much with him, other than I've watched his film. He's got really good stuff, really good sinker. And so this will be, of all the pitchers we talked about, this will probably be the toughest of the rides, of the five of them, to be honest with you.
And he is their closer, so if we are seeing him late in game, we have done some serious things wrong. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into his pitch mix. He has the sweeper, the slider, and the sinker that he can touch to 99, maybe 100 on a good day. His tendencies to right-handed hitters, when he is even or ahead in the count, he loves to throw his sinker. When he's behind. When he gets ahead 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, he leans heavy on the sweeper. Left-handed hitter tendencies, same thing, but in 2-2 counts, he tends to lean sweeper slider. This is when he only really throws the slider to left-handed hitters because it has more depth to it. I guess for righties, for whatever reason, he just doesn't want it to hang where they can hit it, but I think the same applies to lefties, that they can do it, so I don't really know his theory behind it personally, but that's just me. So, right-handed hitters approach, we're going to hunt the sinker. Don't miss it. You want the ball to start off of the plate away to the outer third of the plate, belly button to high thigh. The only sweeper we want to swing at is going to start at us off the plate and to the inside corner and above the zone to the high thigh. That's the one that's going to pop out of his hand. That's going to be the hanger, and that's the one that you can do damage on. Otherwise, you're going to see like 56% fastball, so get one of those and don't miss it. Keep your direction going to right center field, and don't try to get out in front of the fastball. Just let him provide the power and really try to stay behind it and drive it to right center field. Lefties, your approach, hunt the sinker as well. You want the ball to start at you inside off of the plate to the inner third. Belly button to high thigh. The only sweeper we want to swing at will start off of the plate away to the outside corner and above the zone to the high thigh. That applies to the slider as well. Keep your direction to left center field. Don't try to get pull happy. Make sure you keep the ball up and don't expand low. That goes for all the pitchers in this series because they want you to expand to the bottom of the zone and off the plate. So make sure you keep your windows locked in and don't expand off of it, because when you do, you're going to go through a really rough patch of series like we have all of June. So, Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Riley O'Brien. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
let's do what we did in the Pirates series. Their closer never entered the game in 3 straight games. So let's have the lead all the way through, and Mr. O'Brien will get a nice little long respite before he gets ready for the weekend.
I would be absolutely perfectly fine with that. There's no doubt about it. Look, again, we're going to repeat it. We're not going to talk about how bad the offense has been. We already did that on the state of the offense, so you can go ahead and check that out. Ken, do you have any? Oh, we got series predictions. With everything being said, what do you think we do in this series?
Let me go ahead and give Pick to Click too.
No, you just do series. Just do series.
Okay. So series prediction. I said it on the recap. If you've already checked that out, I'm gonna stick with it. We're going to sweep the Cardinals, and the Pirates are going to go 2-2 against the Phillies this week, and our lead's going to be 4.5 when the Mets get here. That's my prediction.
I love your enthusiasm, and we all need it right now. I am saying it's hard to even pick that we're going to win a series. I think if we hit well, we can win 2 out of 3. But I also think we can pull one win out of our rear ends and go 1-2 of the series. So I'm going to be optimistic, Ken. I'm going to say we're going to win 2 out of 3, but let me tell you, I'm not confident at all in it. Not confident at all in it. So, Ken, with that being said, who's your pick to click?
Drake Baldwin. I liked his swings the last 2 days in San Francisco, and I think he went to the iPad, figured some things out, and just is not going to try to. I think the 473-foot home run may have hurt him on the first at bat. I think now he's just going to hit line drives over into left field, and I don't know if he'll hit a home run. He might, but I think he's going to have a lot of hits, a lot of big hits in this series.
My pick to click's going to have some pop this series, Ken. It's going to be Matt Olson. I think he's going to go like 5 for 12 with a few walks, a dong or two, some big RBIs, some doubles down the lines, if you will. I think Matt Olson's going to have a solid game this series. What you got?
I think he will. If Drake has his series, I'll have to pitch to him.
There you go.
Again. I think we're
There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. So, that being said, chat, Ken thinks they're going to sweep. I'm very hesitant on a 2-3 series victory, so we'll see how it turns out. Again, like us on all our socials, Ken over at Hardcore Braves, at Boyd PC, Braves Hipcool, at Braves Homer 27. And with that, the series preview, the hitters meeting is complete for this go round. We'll see you for episode 24. Until then, peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.